let's get to meet you, sir.
Okay.
Tell us about you, where you were born, and how you grew up.
I'm from Onitsha originally, Onitsha in Anambra State of Nigeria. I grew up and was raised in Onitsha as well. I attended the Dennis Memorial Grammar School, that is in Onitsha. That is called DMGS. That is where I attended my secondary school and high school as well. So after that, I started working with the bank again, an employment with the bank. Then it was African Continental Bank, which I worked for completely 3-4 years. So I was made one of the accountants, at the bank. So one day I said, okay, maybe one is not coming through with all these wishes and thought of rising to the top level of the banks. So one day when I got what they call leave, my annual leave. So I said, okay, I have to find my way out. So I then moved first to London or England, where I started studying at the what they call the Canterbury. In Canterbury, that's chartered accounting in Canterbury. So I did that partly for 1 year before I finally decided to come over here to Sweden. So where I wanted to divert to do something else, actually, because I was fed up with accounting and then with the figures and all this stuff, So I just wanted to do something. So I wanted to join the medical field, but the fact is that this is a country that goes very, very slow. All the movements, is very slow. So when they told me the requirements and all the stuff which I need to be able to study medicine, I said, wow, this is too much, so I just gave up. So what I did was, and then they told me that by then they couldn't even translate my certificate, which I had, both from Nigeria and from England. They couldn't translate that into Swedish standard. So I was forced to repeat again my high school. Yeah, I did that, but it's supposed to be 3 years, but I think I was lucky. I don't know, when somebody is hot and then young, it goes very fast and very, very ambitious.
What year was that?
That was 1990. So I did that under 2 years, which again later admission to the university to study accounting as well. So I did that, the normal year, 3.5. Then I completed everything, and then during that particular time, it was very, very difficult to get a job. If you're an African, or even one of my best friends, that we studied together. So after that, he realized that it was difficult to get a job, so he left. So he's now happy, he's living he's working with the United Nations, so he's working there. So, but after that, so as a normal African student, so I started driving the cab. It's through the cab I started telling my customer whom I have in the cab, that look here, I graduated from the university in this and that subject, that I'm an accountant, and I can do this. So I just gave out my number, so I didn't have an office. I was just home, So one day I was lucky. I had a customer that had some issues, with the tax authorities, whom I drove in my cab. One day he just called me up. He said, "Look, I would like to see you. I would like to meet you. I have a meeting with you." So I came here, and he said, he has not been doing his accounting for years. If I can help him to do that and then complete that, and so that he can be able to submit it to the tax authorities. I said, why not? Okay. That time I wasn't too sure, because I never had any practice, so because, I bought some books, so that shows how to do the practical part of accounting.
Accounting.
The knowledge I have already, I've already acquired the knowledge, but the practical part of it, it was a little bit. It was then, we used the computer. This thing wasn't coming on. It wasn't all that rampant. It was just few ones. But I was using what they call ledger.
Okay, the ledger.
The ledger style of bookkeeping and then the paper, the big ledger, and then doing that. So after a while, so I was able to get up some figures, which he submitted to the authorities, and then after scrutiny from the authorities, he was cleared, and then he was cleared. So from there, so from time to time he will call me. He has other business partners. He will connect me to his business partners, and then up to today, he's still my customer anyway. Wow. So and then with a lot of other Swedish company. So from there we just kicked on. I had my office at home then. Then later I got a premises somewhere in Skärholmen. So after Skärholmen was then mostly people that were running the cab that were coming, So I noticed immediately that one couldn't make it, if you just concentrate on those people that has mainly cab, those people that owns the cab, that's the taxi. So I cannot survive with that, One day I had a customer that, I had some few customers that weren't taxi, So one day, one of the customers I had then, it's a big company. So he told me to move along with them so that they can provide a room for me in Lilleholmen, somewhere in the south of Stockholm, so that I can be close to them instead of being somewhere in Skärholmen. So I was thinking, this Skärholmen where I feel very secure and safe, and then but the Swedes never trusted, a company that is out of the center of anything, and then once you have it they know that the population in that part of Stockholm is mainly dominated by people from different ethnicity, which means they cannot just entrust this thing because of the security of safeguarding their papers and all this stuff. So all these things are in what I thought. Later on, I decided to join one of my customers that was moving to Lilleholmen. So we had a very nice premises in Lilleholmen until after a while I started getting more and more customers. As one day I decided to move into town. You initially asked me the type of customers we have. We have different categories of customers. All customers are welcome. Those people that knows the rules, or even if they don't know the rules, we try to educate them. So the way they can run their business without getting into trouble. Because you find out in the Western world, you can do a lot of things and then you get away with that, But if you evade the tax, when it comes to the tax system, because they all depend on tax. If you do something silly with the tax, then they will nail you, and then once they nail you, they want to knock you off the system, and it takes a hell of time before you come up again. So, most of our people that want to start business, so some people that are more focused and well organized, so they always come around and then ask for advice, before before joining to open up a company, before thinking of starting a company, they ask questions, because there's a lot of things that is involved in opening a company.
We'll get to that now.
Okay,
I just wanted to ask you, have you ever rejected a client because of what you've heard or because of integrity problems?
Yeah, we do that almost every week, every day. So we do that,
Have you ever had to push a client you have managed for a while away because maybe they've done something wrong?
Yeah, we do that. very, very often.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't mean that they've done something wrong. It can happen that they've not paid, you know, and then we cannot be doing their paperwork, you know, without getting the necessary payment. You know, so you know we cannot just continue like that. So once they deviate from payments, so we always, you know, but it takes time before we can do away with them. You know? Okay. And then if they don't bring their paper the way they're supposed to bring, you know, and then often, so that we can, you know, have staff that. Initially, what I do is that if I ordered somebody to work overtime, you know, the money I pay them, so I must have to debit it from the customer. It costs a lot, you know, to debit, you know. So, yeah, well, you know, we always send customers away, you know. So some people will come and then they will think that we can't do the mechanical job, you know, because, you know, once you are given the authority to do that, you know, you have to do it to the best knowledge, you know, you have, you know, so you cannot just start to try to help, you know, you advise people, you know, the way, you know, and once you follow the advice, you know, it's always very successful. So we have a lot of customers that are very, very successful, you know. Now we are seeing the trend, you know, those customers we had, you know, initially, you know, they are getting old. They are laying off, they are pensioning. So, but new ones are coming up. So we have an advice as well, you know, for those people, beginners, you know.